Welcome back, Reason Seekers. Today, we're settling the score once and for all, breaking down why soccer, the beautiful game, is infinitely better than American football. One is a global art form, the other is a regional committee meeting famous for its snacks. Let's get this undisputed victory underway. Soccer is the true world sport, not a regional pastime. Let's get one thing straight. You can't be the best if the rest of the world doesn't even play. Soccer is spoken, played, and worshipped in over 200 countries. It's the planet's universal language. American football, on the other hand, is a niche hobby confined mostly to one country that bizarrely crowns its domestic champion the world champion. It's like winning a local chili cook-off and declaring yourself the world's greatest chef. The World Cup brings the entire globe to a standstill, uniting billions in a shared passion. The Super Bowl is a purely American spectacle, famous mostly for its expensive commercials and halftime shows. One is a planetary celebration of sport. The other is a marketing conference with occasional bursts of activity. It's not even a contest. The game flows continuously, unlike the stop-start snooze-fest of American football. Watching American football is like trying to watch a movie that's 80% commercials and 20% trailers. The average NFL game lasts over 3 hours, but contains only about 11 minutes of actual play. It's a series of strategic huddles, committee meetings, and endless replays, occasionally interrupted by a few seconds of action. Soccer, by contrast, is a symphony of perpetual motion. The clock runs, the players run, and the drama builds relentlessly for 45 minutes at a time. It demands sustained athleticism, not just explosive power for a 6-second sprint, followed by a 5-minute break to catch your breath and listen to a coach. Soccer is a fluid, dynamic contest of endurance and skill, while American football is a highly choreographed, stop-motion animation. One is a sport, the other is a turn-based strategy game. All right, pause the debate. We've laid out the facts, now we want your unfiltered genius. Drop your most savage or hilarious reason why soccer dominates in the comments below. The best, most ruthless takes will get the glory in our upcoming Users Edition. Don't hold back, we're definitely judging. You can play it anywhere with just a ball, making it the most accessible sport on earth. The genius of soccer is its radical simplicity. Grab a ball, or a rolled-up shirt, a plastic bottle, anything vaguely round, and you have a game. It's played in the favelas of Brazil, the streets of Paris, and the dusty fields of Africa with the same rules and passion. This is why it's the world's sport. American football, on the other hand, is a logistical and financial nightmare. To play, you need a king's ransom in specialized equipment, helmets, a variety of pads and cleats, not to mention a perfectly manicured field with more lines than a geometry final. It's a sport built on exclusion and high barriers to entry. Soccer is democratic. It belongs to anyone with the desire to play. American football belongs to organized leagues with big budgets. It celebrates athletic artistry and finesse, not just brute force. Soccer is a masterclass in athletic poetry, a showcase of what the human body can do with a ball besides just crash into things. It's about the sublime control of a first touch, the impossible geometry of a defense-splitting pass, and the audacity of a mazy dribble that leaves defenders helpless. Greatness is measured in creativity and intelligence. American football, while requiring immense power, fundamentally celebrates the collision. Its iconic moments are often violent impacts and strategic brute force, a game of human battering rams designed to move an object a few yards at a time. One sport asks its athletes to be artists and architects on the field. The other asks many of them to be very effective, heavily padded walls. It's the difference between a symphony and a demolition. The World Cup is a global cultural event. The Super Bowl is a national commercial break. The World Cup is a planetary event that grips billions with genuine, unscripted drama. For 1 month, it is the only story that matters. A festival of national pride, heartbreak, and glory. The Super Bowl, in stark contrast, is America's annual showcase for capitalism. The conversation the next day isn't about athletic genius. It's about which multi-million-dollar commercial was funniest or which pop star headlined the halftime concert. The game itself feels like filler content between advertisements. One is a global cultural phenomenon that defines eras and creates immortal legends. The other is a 4-hour marketing presentation that sells chips, trucks, and beer. It's a contest between global passion and peak consumerism, and the winner is embarrassingly clear. A 90-minute soccer match has more action than a 3-hour football game. Let's be brutally honest about the clock. An American football broadcast is a 3-hour commitment to watch about 11 minutes of actual sport. The rest of that time is filled with endless huddles, measurement chains, commercial breaks, and slow-motion replays of the same 5-second burst of activity. A 90-minute soccer match is almost entirely composed of live play. The ball is always moving, players are constantly shifting, and the tactical battle evolves in real time without incessant interruptions. It's a flowing narrative of suspense and effort. Watching American football is like watching a badly edited movie with more ad breaks than plot. Soccer respects your time by delivering relentless entertainment, while American football respects its advertisers by delivering you to them. It's a marathon of action versus a marathon of meetings. It's actually played with the foot, earning its name honestly. There's a simple, elegant truth to the name football. It's a game where the primary point of contact with the ball is, shockingly, the foot. The entire sport revolves around the sublime skill of controlling, passing, and shooting a ball with one's feet. It's an honest label. Then there's American football, a game where the ball is overwhelmingly thrown, caught, and carried by hand. The most glorified position, the quarterback, is famous for his throwing arm. Calling it football is one of the great branding misdirects of all time. It's a game of hand-egg, where the foot is relegated to the occasional specialized act of kicking. Soccer is football. American football is a game of strategic carrying, occasionally interrupted by a punt. One name is a description, the other is a lie. Soccer players are the most recognizable athletes on the planet. Let's do a little experiment. Walk into any cafe from Buenos Aires to Berlin and say Messi or Ronaldo, and you'll get instant recognition. Now, try the same experiment with the reigning NFL MVP. You'll likely receive a blank stare and maybe a polite offer for a menu. Soccer creates true global icons, athletes whose faces are known by billions across every continent. American football creates helmeted heroes who are largely anonymous outside their own fan bases. Their very uniforms, with faces obscured by cages, breed anonymity. A star quarterback can walk through Paris or Tokyo completely unnoticed. Soccer players are global brands and cultural ambassadors. American football players are celebrated regional specialists. It's the difference between a worldwide phenomenon and a local hero. The rules are elegantly simple and understood by billions. The beauty of soccer lies in its brilliant accessibility. The objective is primal and universal. Get the ball into the opponent's net. Don't use your hands. That's it. You can explain the fundamental rules on a napkin in 30 seconds. Now try explaining American football. Prepare a PowerPoint presentation because you'll need to cover downs, illegal formations, the dozens of different penalties, and the metaphysical enigma of what legally constitutes a catch, a question that even the league's highest-paid officials can't answer consistently. Soccer is a game designed to be played and understood. American football is a strategic puzzle designed by lawyers, where the rulebook is thicker than most novels, and half the game is spent watching referees deliberate over arcane bylaws. The clock doesn't stop for endless commercials and strategic huddles. In soccer, the clock is an honest, relentless force. It runs continuously for 45 minutes, creating a natural flow of tension and demanding constant adaptation from the players. It serves the game. The clock in American football serves the broadcaster. It's a tool designed to be stopped as often as possible to cram in more commercials, more replays, and more punditry. The final 2 minutes of an NFL game can famously take over 20 minutes to complete, a tedious death march of timeouts and strategic huddles that completely drains the momentum. Soccer's climax builds organically towards the final whistle. American football's climax is a series of stop-motion sequences, a game so heavily engineered for television that it sacrifices its own pace for profit. End-to-end action creates suspense that American football can never replicate. Soccer lives on a knife's edge for 90 minutes, A single moment of brilliance or a single mistake can change everything. The ball travels from one penalty box to the other in seconds, shifting from a desperate defensive stand to a lightning-fast counterattack. This constant threat of a goal from anywhere at any time creates a palpable, sustained tension. American football is a game of inches, a slow, methodical grind up the field. It's a series of predictable, short-term objectives. Get the first down, move the chains. The suspense is manufactured in isolated moments, not woven into the fabric of the game itself. In soccer, the game can be flipped on its head in an instant. In American football, you can usually see a score coming from a mile away. The fan culture and stadium atmosphere are legendary and unmatched. An American football stadium is a venue for consumption. Fans sit, watch replays on a giant screen, and are prompted by a PA system when to make noise. A soccer stadium is a living, breathing cathedral of passion. It's a cauldron of organized chaos where thousands of fans stand and sing intricate, coordinated chants for the entire 90 minutes. They create mesmerizing visual displays known as tifos and generate an atmosphere that can genuinely influence the game on the pitch. It's a participatory spectacle, not a passive one. The tribal loyalty, the historical anthems, and the unfiltered emotion of a soccer crowd create an experience that American football, with its commercialized and sanitized environment, can only dream of. One is a raw expression of identity. The other is a family day out. Every player is a complete athlete, skilled in both attack and defense. In soccer, there's nowhere to hide. Every player on the pitch, with the possible exception of the goalkeeper, must be a multidimensional athlete. A forward must know how to track back and defend, and a defender must be able to launch an attack with a skillful pass or a marauding run. It's a game of universalists. American football is the ultimate game of hyper-specialization. You have players whose entire job is to kick a ball a few times per game and then sit down. Offensive players rarely play defense and vice versa. It's a collection of individual specialists executing specific tasks. A soccer team is an integrated unit of 11 complete footballers who must be technically proficient, tactically aware, and physically fit enough to cover every blade of grass. A stunning goal is more beautiful than any touchdown. A great touchdown is often a feat of raw power or a well-executed but short play. A great soccer goal is a masterpiece. It can be a thunderous 30-yard volley that defies physics, a mazy solo run that weaves through 5 defenders, or the culmination of a 20-pass team move that is pure geometric perfection. Scoring a goal is an incredibly difficult act, making each one a precious and celebrated event. Touchdowns, especially the 1-yard lunges, are comparatively common. The scarcity of goals in soccer imbues each one with a dramatic weight that American football can't match. The explosion of joy for a single goal is a release of 90 minutes of built-up tension, a moment of collective euphoria that is simply more profound and artistically satisfying. Body type doesn't limit greatness. Skill is the ultimate equalizer. American football is a game of physical archetypes. Offensive linemen must be gargantuan. Receivers need a specific blend of height and speed. If you don't fit the physical mold for a position, your chances of success are slim. Soccer, however, is a meritocracy of skill. Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest player ever, stands at just 5'7". Pint-sized midfielders with a low center of gravity can dominate games with their agility and technical wizardry, while towering defenders use their physique to command the air. The sport offers a pathway to greatness for a vast spectrum of body types. It proves that a brilliant mind, quick feet, and sublime technique are far more important than raw genetic size. In soccer, it's not about how big you are, it's about how big you play. Promotion and relegation create stakes that make every single match matter. Imagine an NFL season where the worst team is punished, not with a high draft pick, but by being kicked out of the league entirely, banished to a lower division. That's the brutal, beautiful reality of promotion and relegation in soccer. This system injects life-or-death drama into every corner of the league table, from the title race to the desperate fight to avoid the drop. A meaningless mid-season game in American football becomes a high-stakes war for survival in soccer. It ensures there are no throwaway games and no reward for failure, a concept known as tanking. American football protects its franchises with a closed system, while soccer leagues embrace a cutthroat meritocracy where your place must be earned year after year. It doesn't glorify the long-term brain damage that defines American football. At its core, American football is a sport built on violent, subconcussive, and concussive impacts on every single play. The unavoidable consequence of this is a well-documented crisis of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, and other long-term neurological damage. The sport is intrinsically linked to a health catastrophe that it struggles to mitigate. While soccer has its own issues with head injuries, they are an occasional, accidental part of the game, not the fundamental strategic basis of it. The primary actions in soccer, running, passing, dribbling, do not involve repeatedly smashing your head against an opponent. One sport celebrates athleticism, grace, and endurance, while the other's very nature relies on a level of physical trauma that we now know has devastating consequences for its players' lives. The global transfer market creates year-round drama and intrigue. The drama in soccer doesn't stop when the season ends. It ignites a worldwide soap opera known as the transfer window. It's a high-stakes global marketplace where clubs from different countries and continents battle to sign the best players for astronomical fees. The constant swirl of rumors, the shock moves, the last-minute deadline day deals, it's a captivating year-round narrative that keeps fans engaged. American football has its drafts and trades, but they are largely domestic, procedural affairs. The soccer transfer market is a chaotic, unpredictable, and thrilling spectacle that involves global economics, player power, and the dreams of entire fan bases. It provides a level of off-season intrigue and global scope that American sports simply cannot compete with. The show never, ever stops. Soccer players showcase superhuman endurance, not short bursts between long rests. The physical demands of the two sports reveal a fundamental difference in athleticism. A soccer midfielder can run up to 7 or 8 miles in a single 90-minute game, a breathtaking display of cardiovascular endurance that combines jogging, sprinting, and constant changes of direction with no significant breaks. It is a sport of marathon men. American football players are explosive specialists. They perform incredible feats of power and speed for an average of 4 to 6 seconds before getting a 40-second rest to recover completely. While immensely powerful, it is an anaerobic showcase, not a testament to sustained stamina. One sport demands its athletes perform at a high level continuously for an hour and a half. The other requires explosive effort followed by immediate recovery. The tension of a penalty shootout is the most dramatic climax in all of sports. Nothing in the world of sports can match the pure, undiluted psychological warfare of a penalty shootout. After 120 minutes of grueling end-to-end battle, the fate of a team, a nation, or a championship rests on a series of one-on-one duels. It is a spectacle of raw nerve, pitting the isolated striker against the lonely goalkeeper from just 12 yards away. The silence of the stadium, the focused walk from the center circle, the explosion of either ecstasy or agony, it is the ultimate test of grace under pressure. An overtime drive in American football is exciting, but it's still just more football. A penalty shootout is a different beast entirely. It's a beautifully cruel and unbearably tense piece of theater that no other sport can replicate. It's simply called the beautiful game for a reason. There's a reason soccer earned the moniker the beautiful game, while American football is often called a game of chess on grass, or more accurately, a game of human car crashes. The nickname isn't an accident, it's an earned title. It speaks to the sport's aesthetic appeal, the fluid movement, the creative expression, the moments of sublime, unscripted genius that can make millions hold their breath. It is a beauty born of simplicity, flow, and artistry. American football is a spectacle of strategy, power, and regimented precision, but rarely is it described as beautiful. That single, enduring nickname captures the essence of soccer's superiority. It's not just a sport to be won, but an art form to be admired. It's a game that elevates the spirit. And that's the final whistle on this debate. Thanks for watching this absolute masterclass in sports logic. We know you've got your own reasons, so drop them in the comments and keep the battle going. Subscribe for more undisputed victories. 21 Reasons Why. Epic debates, legendary comments.